Fuck you, Cody. She is a gold digger. That is what gets posted first. You see a man with money standing next to a woman who looks good, and you decide the story for them. You assume she wants the lifestyle. You assume he is being used. You assume because it is easier to project your frustration onto them than face your own life. You do not stop to ask what that reaction says about you. Let us talk about what really happened with Cody. At one point he was married. That was back when his content was focused mostly on vehicles and destruction. His wife was private, they kept things tight. That marriage eventually ended. We do not know the private details and we do not need to. After that, he dated again. That relationship also ran its course. Then recently, we started seeing a new woman in his life, a woman from Russia. Suddenly the internet catches fire. This new relationship looks different. It looks more intentional. The lifestyle around him looks elevated. The photos look higher quality. The travel seems more curated. He is not hiding her. He is showing her. And that visibility is what set everything off. Suddenly people are not just watching the videos, they are watching the man, and they are forming opinions fast. The most common one is that she is a gold digger, that she is with him because of his success, that this is transactional, that it will not last. These comments do not come from facts, they come from emotion. The guys writing those things are reacting, and the reaction is personal. Because when a man sees another man winning with a woman like that, it pokes a bruise. If you are not where you want to be in life, that image of another man standing beside a woman you would want can hurt. It stings. Because you start thinking about what you do not have. The lifestyle, the body, the money, the connection. And instead of admitting that to yourself, you lash out. You call her fake. You call him blind. You say it will fall apart. Because if you can tear it down, you do not have to face the gap between where you are and where you want to be. This is not about Cody. This is about the men watching, the men commenting, the men throwing out lines like gold digger because they do not want to admit they feel insecure. And that is the deeper truth. That is the part no one wants to say out loud. But I will say it because it is real and I have seen it. Let me tell you what it looks like when it is not about money. I have been in a relationship with a Russian woman for years. I am not rich. I do not have a brand. I do not have followers or sponsorships or jet set experiences. I've never been to her country. She has never been to mine. But we make it work. We meet in places like Thailand, the Middle East, South Korea. I led. I listened. I stayed calm. When things went wrong, I figured it out. When we got lost, I handled it. When she felt unsafe, I was the shield. That is what builds trust. That is what keeps attraction alive. That is what creates the pull. Polarity is not about money. It is not about language or background. It is about energy. When you bring strong masculine energy into the space, feminine energy responds to it. That is why a woman follows a man through a foreign country with no plan other than let us just go figure it out. Because she trusts him. Because he makes her feel safe without forcing it. Because he knows where he is going even when the route is not on a map. That is what most men miss. They think women only want security in the form of stuff. But real security is not the size of your apartment or the model year of your car. It is your ability to hold your center when things get uncomfortable. It is your emotional control. It is your decisiveness. It is your leadership. That is what creates safety. That is what creates attraction. That is what women stay for. So when you call her a gold digger, you are missing the point. You are simplifying something you do not understand. You are assuming the only thing he could offer her is money. But what if he is offering her something you have not figured out how to offer yet? What if it is emotional clarity? What if it is structure? What if it is the feeling that she can relax into being herself because he is not folding under pressure? Think about that. If you cannot imagine a woman like her choosing a man like you, that does not mean she is shallow. That means you have not become the kind of man she would choose. And that is not an insult. That is the most honest mirror you will ever get. You can either punch the mirror or you can stand there and fix what you see. Let us talk about confidence. Real confidence is quiet. It is steady. It does not need to explain itself. It does not look for applause. It just shows up. You can build that. You build it by doing hard things, by finishing what you start, by staying calm when you want to react. You build it by keeping your word, by pushing your limits, by getting uncomfortable on purpose. Every time you do that, you become more confident, and people can feel it, especially women. You walk differently, you talk differently, you make eye contact longer. You stop needing things to go your way in order to stay stable. You stop flinching when things get unpredictable. That stability is rare, and when you have it, people notice. Now let us talk about emotional control. Most men have none. They react, they rant, they spiral, they blame, they explode, and that makes them unpredictable. That makes them unsafe. You want to be attractive. Start by being predictable. Start by being a man who does not lose himself when things go sideways. Start by being the guy who keeps his tone low when the pressure is high. That is power. That is control. That is what leadership looks like. If you are watching Cody and losing your mind in the comments, that is your signal. You are not in control, because nothing he did should shake you like that. If you were grounded, you would not be typing paragraphs about a woman you have never met. You would be busy building something of your own. That is the difference between a man leading his life and a man reacting to someone else's. I am not defending him. I am not defending her. I do not know them. I am telling you that if you are feeling something strong when you watch them, use it. That feeling is feedback. It is showing you where your attention should go. It is showing you what matters to you. So focus. Stop wasting time on guesses and gossip. Look in the mirror and ask what needs work. Now let us talk about self-leadership. It means owning your choices. It means no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the confidence or the clarity or the relationship. You build it. You shape it. You show up every day and get better. Not because you want to flex on anyone, but because you are tired of being the guy who reacts. You want to be the guy who creates. That is self-leadership. That is the way forward. So what do you do now? You stop talking about Cody. You start talking to yourself. You ask what is missing in your own energy. You ask what it would take for you to walk through life with confidence and direction. You stop blaming women. You stop blaming money. You stop calling people gold diggers, and you start asking how to become the kind of man women actually want to follow. If you want help doing that, I built something for you. It is called Modern Magnetic Man. It breaks this down in full detail. Confidence, polarity, emotional mastery, all of it, step by step. No fluff, no games, just what works. And if money is part of your struggle, if you are tired of feeling behind, then read Done Being Broke. It shows you how to stop leaking time and income and start building real financial freedom. Between those two books, you will have everything you need to stop projecting and start building a life that draws the right people to you. The link is in the description. Get them, read them, apply them, then come back and tell me how your life changed. Or do nothing. Stay in the comments, keep throwing out insults, keep saying she is a gold digger. But just know, the longer you do that, the longer you stay stuck. You are not hurting her, you are not hurting him, you are hurting yourself. Build the life you want. Become the man who does not have to throw stones. Become the man who gets chosen because of who he is, not what he has. That is what makes you magnetic. That is what earns you respect. That is what changes everything. Check the link, get the books, start today.